Good morning, students of class 12th. Today I discuss about the chapter 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In this chapter, today I discuss about the pollination. You see here, pollination. What is the pollination? There is a transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. You see here, this is the flower diagram. You see this is stamen, anther, and from the anther, in anther there is a pollen grains. These pollen grains are transferred into the on the stigma. So this process transferring the way of pollen grain, how to transfer on the surface of a stigma, this process is known as pollination. In plants, students, dear students, in plants there is two type of pollination are found. That first one is known as self pollination and second one is known as cross pollination. The self pollination is commonly known as autogamy and cross pollination is also known as allogamy. So in first we take the self pollination. It is involved in a single flower, and flower are mostly bisexual, means male and females are found in the same flower. No any agency, no any agent is required for their pollination, means water, air not required for their pollination. It is a homogamy or the cleistogamy. The homogamy means the male and female flowers both are mature at the same time, and the cleistogamy or cleistogamous flower. Cleistogamy is what this type of flower is never open. Cleistogamous flower are never open, so they are totally ensured the process of self pollination or autogamy. A plant that name is Kamelina Bengalensis. A plant there is name is Komalina Bengalensis. Komalina is a weed, a small herb that's are growing in the rainy season, and this is the Komalina plant. This Komalina plant is usually growing in the weeds or sometimes herb-like structure herb. There is a here in the cleistogamous flower there is totally ensuring the self pollination. So there is a importance of self pollination in the nature, means they, if somebody would say what is the importance of self pollination, so सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है कि इट रिस्टोर द जेनेटिक करेक्टर आर प्योरिटी ऑफ जनरेशंस. मीन्स इफ यू वांट टू रिस्टोर द पेरेंटल करेक्टर्स not wanted to any change in the species, then we allow the self pollination. So no new characters are formed in the self pollination. So if any plant is regularly self pollinate, they will be not produce a viable seed, or they will be not produce the viable seed, as well as their inbreeding depression is developed. So the quality of food and quantity of food or food grains is the decreases. It is found in several plants. If the plant is रेगुलरली सेल्फ पॉलिनेटेड, अगर किसी क्रॉप के अंदर हम लगातार सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन करते जाएंगे तो उसका प्रोडक्शन, उसकी क्वालिटी ऑफ फ्रूट, क्वालिटी ऑफ सीड्स सारे चेंज हो जाएंगे. दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कमिंग इन द योर एग्जामिनेशन CBSE and NEET also. Now second type is the cross pollination. It is also known as allogamy. This it is occur in the one flower to another flower. इसमें क्या था, एक ही फ्लावर में होता है. It is two type. First one is known as zenotogamy and second one is known as xenogamy. In the first one, zenotogamy is the transfer of pollen grains from one flower to another flower on the same plant. मतलब कि एक फ्लावर से दूसरे फ्लावर के ऊपर पॉलन ग्रेन का जाना एक ही प्लांट के अंदर क्या कहलाता है, वो zenotogamy कहलाता है. एंड दिस इज zenotogamy is a genetically they are the self pollination, but ecologically they are the self pollinated. You see the maize plant in this time. मक्के का प्लांट आपने देखा होगा, जो मक्का हम खाते हैं, that's you see this is the female flower, and you see here the silk like structure, that is their style, and you see the टिप ऑफ द मेज प्लांट, आपने देखा होगा मक्के के टिप के ऊपर जो कहते हैं कि देहातों में जीरा बन गया है, तो दैट इज नॉट जीरा, दैट इज द मेल फ्लावर, एंड दिस इज द transferring the pollen grains from male one flower, and this is one another flower, male flower, फीमेल फ्लावर एंड मेल फ्लावर, ठीक है। तो यहाँ से पॉलन कहाँ आया, यहाँ पे आया, क्लियर। तो ये क्या हो गया, आपका जिनेटोगेमी हो गया। मगर रियली क्या है, ये सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन है, एक ही प्लांट के ऊपर हो रहा है, मगर इकोलॉजिकली क्या हुआ, ये आपका क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन में आया। इट इज़ क्लियर, इट इज़ फाउंड इन द मेज प्लांट। यू सी दिस एग्जाम्पल, ऊपर वाला मेल फ्लावर होता है, नीचे वाला फीमेल होता है, ये इसका स्टाइल होता है। अब क्या है कि जो दूसरा जो है वो जीनोगेमी है, इट इज़ द कॉमनली नोन एज ट्रू क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन। क्यों? बिकॉज इट ऑकर वन प्लांट टू अनदर प्लांट, ठीक है। दूसरा कि जो क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन से क्या क्या हो सकता है, क्या हमें फ़ायदा है, इट कॉज वेरिएशंस, नए कैरेक्टर्स डेवलप करेगा, हेल्दी एंड वाइबल सीड्स डेवलप करेगा, इम्प्रूव कैरेक्टर्स, डिजीज रेजिस्टेंस वेराइटीज डेवलप होंगे ड्यूरिंग दिस प्रोसेस, सम demerits also, wastage of pollen grains also, agency based process. So these are the some variations of the cross pollinations. Thank you.